What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one, I'm continuing to show you how to make Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 in Minecraft. This is part 6, and in this one we're going to be doing this entire room, along with the little supply closet, and we're going to start working towards the Easter egg down here, which I don't remember how to get, but yeah, we just started doing a little bit of this, not a ton, just kind of getting it a little bit laid out to start. And yeah, anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Lounge time, or whatever the hell this room is called, I don't remember. You want to start off, so essentially, I'm just going to pinpoint where we are here. The entrance is here, we're just the one door pretty much in this hallway that actually is still open. I think the only door on the entire map, actually, that we haven't already blocked off. Excluding doorways, because those don't count. God, you want to head to this door, and you want to start by getting out the following materials. Oak planks, oak stairs, oak slabs, oak trap doors, stripped oak wood, chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, and would mud brick make sense? I'm trying to think if mud brick would make sense here. I think so, yes. I think mud brick blocks and mud brick slabs makes the most sense. Might not use them immediately. It's kind of, again, it's one of those situations where we need like 15,000 things, and I'm trying to plan which makes the most sense, and it's just like, maybe one of these. So, first off, you want to be on the outside of this door, and, wow, looks like there's nothing through there. That's crazy. The chiseled bookshelf to the left of it and right of it, the one either side, you do just want to make sure they're facing away, so like into their respective walls, like so. You only need one doing that. The following block out, which is stripped jungle on one side and just another chiseled bookshelf on the other, you'll bring out with 3 chiseled bookshelves, and then an upward facing stripped jungle. Right, I have to crouch place when they're facing that way. I hate that so much. Like, if I'm not holding a book, just let me place the thing, please. So, these stripped jungles don't matter a ton for this, however, I'm going to tell you to bring them down by 4. So they should be 4 lower than the chiseled bookshelves. 5 including the block in line. You want to connect essentially each strip jungle wood except for the top one together with oak planks. The bottom 4, basically. And then you'll take the top row of oak planks and just bring it left into the wall over here. So now you kind of have a random drop-off, which almost looks like what we did in there. Although we're not doing the same thing here because, well, we're not. If you take the bottom strip jungle here on the rightmost one, which is this one, you want to bring this out with 3 stripped oak wood that face up. The bottom one, yes. It doesn't, I'd say it'll make more sense later, but it won't, that's just a lie. You want to then place 6 chiseled bookshelves, an oak slab, 2 chiseled bookshelves, upward facing stripped jungle wood, 2 chiseled bookshelves. I'll then go across the front or left, which is in that direction, with 3 chiseled bookshelves. Oh, Lord. Oak slab. 2 chiseled bookshelves. Upward facing strip jungle wood. And then I'll bring that back towards like the front or the original door with 2 sideways strip jungle. Or 2 upward facing strip jungle, excuse me. This corner strip jungle, you'll keep moving over in the direction we have been, which is that way, with 6 chiseled bookshelves. Upward facing strip jungle. And then 2 chiseled bookshelves. 2 oak planks. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to go with an upward facing strip jungle wood. And then I'll extend backwards, so back towards the build with a chiseled bookshelf. Oak stair facing away from that bookshelf. Oak stair facing into the previous oak stair. Chiseled bookshelf. Upward facing strip jungle wood. Then beyond that, I'll place 4 oak planks in the floor. Beyond that, a strip jungle wood facing upward that is back up a block. Chiseled bookshelf. Oak stair facing away from it. then an upside down oak stair facing into it. That'll make more sense later. I remember that one, I swear. Chiseled bookshelf. Actually, we'll go 2 chiseled bookshelves. We might as well. And then you'll start heading back towards that strip jungle pillar with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Upward facing strip jungle wood. 2 chiseled bookshelves. Oh no, another mistake. Oak slab. 3 chiseled bookshelves. Oak plank in the floor, and then beyond that, 2 chiseled bookshelves back in line with the wall. And it should give you this. That's the size of the room. Fill in the floor with oak planks. If anybody's paying enough attention to notice whenever I mention there's a mistake on my original build, do tell me where it was, because I'm not going to remember these. I still haven't fixed the first one that I know I mentioned, I just forget what it is. You will want to fill under these oak stairs here, or at least this upside down one. The other one doesn't really matter, but just make sure you're filling under anything that needs it, like that. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I remember it was one of the first episodes. I think it was in the front room. There was like a missing block or something. And I do want to make sure that those are all fixed before I, you know, upload this map. It'll probably be uploaded by now, actually. But I guess members who are paying attention, if you can, before it's a little too late for it. I mean, eventually they'll probably get pointed out and fixed by somebody. Whether it be me or not is debatable, but, you know. So, there's a lot that's going to be happening now that you're going to have to just trust the process with. So, we're going to just kind of go by little area and just kind of talk about what's going on. I think I want to start with the staircase, though. The 3 stripped oak wood there, you're just going to bring up by 3, and it's really all that matters. Off of the other strip jungle pillar on the opposite side, you're placing from the bottom one going out 6 stripped oak wood facing up. And then you're placing rows on top of this while leaving the, I guess, outermost 2 open. So I'll just place it up against the 4 closest to the strip jungle and then the 2 closest. On the backmost of each, like, incline, including off of the edge of it here, you're going to place oak stairs facing kind of back towards the wall over there, the right wall. You'll place oak trap doors on the other stripped oak woods. And then each oak trap door, you're going to crouch place and just kind of bring them all the way right until they are in line with where the wall would be or is. And you do also want your row of oak trap doors up against the floor here again, just kind of at the end of the stairs. Each stair you're extending right with 2 slabs and another oak stair facing away from the wall. I tried my best to make these staircases work. They're a little bit janky, but they do still do the thing they're supposed to do, which is be a staircase. As far as I'm concerned, that's all you need. So, most of these oak slabs are actually irrelevant. I know generally you're like, oh good, we have more holes to make. We only have one, and it's this one next to the doorway here on the back wall of the room, which would be, I guess, the front wall of the room, actually, the one with the door on it. And so you want to take this one and you're doing the same thing we've done so many times before. The right chiseled bookshelf, well, actually the left one you'll place a stripped oak, or an upside down oak stair facing right on top of. Right one you'll place 2 stripped oak wood, upside down oak stair facing left to the left of it. And I'll place a stripped oak wood there. Each of the stripped jungle woods I would advise bringing up until they're at the height you would imagine. Now when I say that, I mean, essentially, these original ones we placed are bringing up by 3, and this is the height you want to bring them all up to. There's a couple we're going to either A, not need that high, or B, we're going to break, like, a couple blocks. But I just think it makes more sense to go up to that height, which should be 7 up, right? Yeah, 7 up, like the soda. That is a soda, right? I'm not crazy? I mean, I might be crazy. I don't know. Technically, you don't need these corners either. But I always like to bring them up just because. Should be all of them. Nice. The only real exception is the one that is, like, sticks out 3 rows. You notice it's kind of eyesore here. The outermost row, you'll just break the top 3 and replace them with stripped oak wood instead. Now, as for... What was I going to do? I just forgot what I was going to do next. That's really, like, smart of me. Oh, yeah, never mind. On each chiseled bookshelf, you're going to bring them up with 3 stripped oak wood. which includes the oak slabs and or, well, just these slabs we'll go with. These stairs we do want to leave. And if there's any oak planks, just leave them alone, because we'll worry about that in a second. But yeah. I don't have a ton to say here. It's definitely what are we on, part 6? I feel like it's a lot of parts. I don't know, I mean, I guess it is fairly detailed. But, you know. Don't forget to go over the door and do the obvious stuff, and then I'll do this upper part, which you also don't want to forget. We'll end up getting to it later anyway, but just, you know, make sure you have it filled in. Preferably now. So the gaps we have, we're not worried about. The only one we are worried about is these 2 oak planks over here. You'll extend each of them up with an additional oak plank, and then the one closest to this jungle pillar you'll bring up with another oak plank, and then a stripped oak wood on from there to kind of fill in the rest. There's a stripped jungle wood pillar in the center of the room, and it's between the one that sticks out like an eyesore and the one from the like front half of the door. So essentially, if you trace this back, I'm gonna go like about that far, and oh, I'm a block off. It's that pillar right there of stripped jungle you want to line up with, along with that one again, as I mentioned, or alternatively line up with the doorway on the back. That also works, and it'll just be a pillar of 8 stripped jungle wood. Nice. Again, as I've mentioned, we're not necessarily going to want all of this immediately, or just in general, but that's fine. The stripped oak wood that is on this lower level, you're going to bring up with 4 oak planks to bring it up to the height of the wall. I would rather overfill a little bit here, just because it's a lot of walls with curves and stuff going on, specifically on the right side of the room, but there's a lot going on that I just think it'll be nicer to already have a full layout to go into doing those kinds of more complicated things. And you will also fill over the gaps with this, by the way, like on the wall, like on this right wall specifically. Let me just confirm. Yeah, okay, we might have to break a little bit of it, but just fill all of it for now. It's fine. The top 4 rows. And yeah. It's always something I try to do, because I don't have plans for this. I just know roughly what segment I want to do at what times, but I don't know how I want to do them necessarily, right? So when I'm going into a segment like this, it's kind of just like what makes the most sense to my brain immediately, which obviously sometimes you'll notice I make dumb mistakes for that. Not mistakes, but just do dumb things at dumb times for that reason, but generally it's fine. Get rid of your chiseled bookshelves and your stripped jungle wood, and get out ochre frog lights and oak fence. And this bottom row of oak planks over the 4x4 doorway here, you're going to actually break and replace the end ones with stripped oak wood facing in. Place ochre frog lights in the middle with oak fences off of them, and then you'll have the oak trap door either side open up against the fences. Now, we can't really do much without having the ceiling in, but we also can't do the ceiling without having the arches in, so we're going to just start doing some of the archways. If you head back to the beginning of the room and just like turn around, you want to be looking at this wall right here, just to the left of the eyesore pillar, as I've been calling it. You're going to take the top strip jungle wood on this frontmost row and extend it left with an upside down mud brick slab. Go up with a block, left with an upside down slab, up with a slab, left with 2 blocks, and then left with 2 upside down slabs. Extend those end 2 upside down slabs up with slabs. And then on the underside, you're going to actually take each of these mud bricks and connect the upside down slabs and blocks back with the oak variant of them, which from the underside should look like this, and from the top really shouldn't do much. You'll end up bringing all of this oak up with more planks to kind of double layer the little top portion of that wall and just kind of have it come out a bit. On the right side, you want to take these should be 2 strip jungle wood pillars that are on opposite sides that are in line. It's these 2 right here. You can kind of see where I am. They're 4 blocks away from the end. Not that that really tells you much. But you want to take the second oak plank up on the row just inside and place a mud brick off of it. Like so. Extend it up with a slab, then in with a block. Then in with 2 upside down slabs, each with a slab on top. and then extend those those top slabs in with 2 blocks, and then just connect them together with upside down slabs in the middle. Same drill, different spot. You're just bringing all of the blocks and upside down slabs into the nearest wall with the oak variant. And then you can probably guess the next step from here. It's blow it all up. I'm just kidding. I always gotta throw something a little bit sarcastic in there. I feel like it's just, you know, it's kind of dull me just rambling the whole time now. You were filling it up to the height of the walls with oak planks. I guess blowing it all up is an option. Like, that's never really out of the question. Anyway, you can get rid of whatever the hell you want. I'm gonna clear my inventory, I guess. Get out ochre froglights again. I'm upsetty spaghetti about that one. And you want to get out stripped jungle wood, beehives, mud brick walls, stripped oak wood, oak stairs, pistons. That's a weird one, but you're gonna have to trust the process, or don't. It's up to you. Paintings. Maybe it'd be finally nice to get an oak door in. How's that one sound? Yeah, we'll go with that. So, the upside down oak stairs and the oak slabs on the walls that I essentially just, not the hole in the wall, that is an exception. But behind these you're placing ochre froglights. Essentially, so if you look through either the wall or lack of a wall, you'll end up being able to see the light. And you see I have the little half slab there, like so. Above the 2 half slabs, you're going to place 1x2 paintings. Can you guess what they're going to be? That's right, not one that exists in the game. No, it's the Mario one. Again. Now I'll never get them. There we go. Continuing along this, what I'm considering is the back wall, the one with the eyesore pillar. I'm so sorry, I'm picking on this pillar so hard right now. You're going to counter the second stripped oak wood to the left of this right pillar here, and you'll have another 1x2. Above the oak stair thingies, you're going to just place pistons filling in the wall here with the pushy part facing out. I believe these let light through, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they do, because I remember in the final room of the chapter, I didn't block them off. I think I did here, but I didn't there, and it's pretty obvious that they let light through. So from this point, we can do a little bit of annoying stuff now. So you want to take these strip jungle woods here closest to the entrance, and you want to extend them up by 1 and connect them together with sideways strip jungle wood. You want to create a bunch of 4x4 cubes, essentially. So if you'll notice you'll have a row of 5 here. The left one doesn't matter because it's over the wall. You want to actually extend to the right an additional 1, and then from this one over the wall, you'll just extend it back with strip jungle wood. And you just want to keep leaving gaps of 4 and placing these rows. It won't line up with pretty much anything, but that's fine. It isn't supposed to. Just like so. And then you'll do the same thing going left to right, just making sure you, obviously, you know, from here you'll leave 4, and then you'll go there. And hey, look, that one actually lines up. I don't believe it. Oh, yeah, because that wall actually worked properly. The other one didn't. But, yeah, and it should line up with the other pillar as well, and it'll just kind of give you almost like a grid. I could play a tic-tac-toe there. I could go for a good game of tic-tac-toe. I haven't played tic-tac-toe in years. Next step is, you guessed it, fill in the ceiling with beehives facing the exact same freaking direction we've used for the previous 5 parts, and it's never gonna change. Might change. I feel like it changes, but not yet. That's a conversation for when we get to the depths, as I'm gonna call them. The area I cut off my first Batum playthrough video, because I thought that was like a good stopping point. Until I realized I was literally just 30 seconds away from finishing the chapter. It's like what would that have been, 2019 probably? Whenever it was, it's old. That's all I know. It was like, I think it was pre-COVID. I think that's right. Unless it was 21. I don't remember. I just remember it was like ages ago. Yeah, either way, you should have this. Crazy it took me that long to build it. The doorway is gonna be filled in with an oak door. Just kidding. I'm filling it in with piston. No, it is an oak door with the handle facing right, as it should be per usual. What? Sure. From the door, if you're looking at it, you'll count up by 2 and left by 2, and on this block, you're gonna break it, replace it with an ochre froglight. We don't have the materials, unfortunately, but we can use this for something else. You'll count up by 2, and you'll just break the top 3 oak planks here and replace them with stripped oak wood facing up. Leave gaps of 2 left and right into the same thing. You're going to have to get used to these, because these are really annoying, and it's also why there's stripped oak wood over there. You want to take the middle stripped oak wood. Well, actually, first off, it might be easier to take the ceiling, and you're just going to break the first 2 blocks of the ceiling extending out in line with these, and also fill that with stripped oak wood. You can then take the middle of the rows of 3 and place opposite on oak stairs facing backwards or away from the wall. On top of those, you'll really awkwardly place oak stairs facing into the wall, which will give you these kind of weird, almost like supports. I'm not really sure what they're for, but they're there, so... you know. As I mentioned, there is one on this weird stripped oak pillar that is taking up the stripped jungle, so if you just break 2 out and you do the same thing, opposite on oak stair facing back in the middle, oak stair on top. The right wall is safe, the left one is not. So, I'm going to take the top row of the wall, and I'm going to leave the row of oak planks just in front of the stripped jungle open. Next one, I'll break the top 3. Then I'll leave 2 open. Break this one, and this can also get the funny brace treatment, as I'll call it, I guess. Okay, no, it's never in line with anything. It has to be 1 block off every time. I don't understand. There's one more, but there you go. The one more is weird because it does work a little bit differently. If you head to the doorway and you're looking at the door, you want to, the door up here at the top of the stairs, you want to look to the right, and you're going to break the top stripped jungle wood and replace it with actually, we'll go with the top 2 and replace them with stripped oak wood facing out. This bottom one you'll place an opposite on oak stair off of, and then you'll place the oak stair facing into the wall, and then you'll have the stripped oak wood in the ceiling. Both blocks for that. Like so. I don't know why we did that last, but whatever. Yeah, this might be a good point to clear our inventory, just so we can kind of get a fresh start and figure out what the heck is going on. Yeah, I do think it might be beneficial to us to clear everything, even though we do need some materials again. So, you want to start by getting out a loom. Not for banners, just to be there. Birch buttons, I'm not lying about that either. I'm not making a joke. Oak signs. This has been slightly satire, I realize. Barriers. Black concrete. YouTube notification. Ochre frog lights, I think. I don't know. I mean, yes, but... oak trapdoors. Oak fence, and... what else is even gonna be useful here? What is our approach? I don't think there is one. I think the approach is hope and prayer. We'll go oak stairs. That's enough hopes and prayers. So, first thing to do, you should probably know the drill. The hole in the wall, you're filling in a block behind it with black concrete. Placing a barrier in the center and placing oak signs off of the barrier along with the 2 upside down stairs and 1 right of the barrier. Right of the rightmost one, you'll break this stripped oak wood and place a loom facing into the wall to some capacity. It can face either right, back, or left. Doesn't matter, just don't have it facing towards you. You will crouch and place a birch button off that. That's my design for the dartboard. It's not perfect, but I don't really care. Count up to this ochre frog light where you'll place an oak fence off of it and have oak trapdoors open up against the left and right of that. We'll bounce around a bit here just because I don't know. The staircase here, you want to take the first oak stair here on the left, kind of off the stripped jungle pillar, and you'll place an oak fence on top. Off the side of each of these oak stairs and oak trapdoors, you're going to place oak signs. You can place them off the trapdoors, you just have to crouch to do it, but it does work, which is fun. Signs are a little bit picky sometimes, but they work here, and they also you can place them on top of banners. I'll show you that later because it does something really funny. If I remember to, I might forget, but try it for yourself. It does something extremely goofy with the shadows. So head to the door now and pretend like you're about to leave the room, but we're not done, so you can't. You want to turn back around in the first full 4x4 panel of the ceiling. You'll take the back right beehive, count forward diagonally left 1, break this ochre frog light oak trapdoor off the underside. Head all the way back into the back left-hand corner where you'll just place 3 oak fence extending up from the floor. In front of the bottom fence, place an oak trap door and extend it right by 2. Then go back diagonally right by 1. Time for chair hell, as I'm calling it. Square hell is a thing, now chair hell. These mascot horrors are just absolutely creating horrors, apparently. Take the back right-hand corner of the room, and you want to place 2 oak trapdoors on this block open to the left. Extend the bottom one left with 2 trapdoors, and the end one should be opened. Extending forward, leave a gap of 1, and copy. Reciprocate. I think reciprocate means copy, I don't remember. It's a word that's like ringing in my head when I was saying that, so I figured I would say it and hope that I'm right. The painting on the back wall, this one, the one with not a slab below it, you want to count out by 2 to this oak plank and place 2 oak trapdoors open up against the front of the block on top of each other. You should know the drill, 2 trapdoors coming off the bottom of that, second one opened up against. In front of that one, you want to place an oak, upside down oak stair. I'm going to say facing to the right because that one's fairly easy to place that way. In front of that one, place an upside down stair facing forward. Left of that, an upside down stair facing left. Behind that, an upside down stair facing back. Right of the back right hand corner, you're going to place off this first block an oak trapdoor open up against the right of the block. Extend it right with 2 trapdoors. Second one should be open. Another trapdoor on top of that end one. You'll pretty much invert that off the front left, so just the same thing. Oh, I want to block too far though. You want to make sure you do the first block that you can. Obviously, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I'll go the second one, but nope, don't do that. There's unfortunately more where that came from. Chair hell. The front horror strip jungle here, in front of the doorway, you want to count left by 2 to this oak plank and place 2 oak trapdoors open up against the left half of those blocks. Bottom one you'll extend left with 2 trapdoors, and one you'll open. From that one, you're essentially, if you take the block where the original ones were on, this right one, you're going to count forward 2 and left 1 and do the same thing here going left again. I don't feel like saying this a billion times because there's so many freaking chairs. From this end trapdoor, you're counting left 2, forward 1, 2 oak trapdoors open up against the back half of those blocks. Again, bottom one, you're bringing back by 2, open the final one, etc. From that trapdoor at the front of the chair, you're placing an upside down oak stair to the right of it, facing forward. Right of that upside down stair facing right. Behind that, one facing back, and then in the remaining corner, an upside down stair facing left. On the front left stair there, you'll place an oak trapdoor. There's a bunch of trapdoors we can place, so let's get to it. On the back wall, the segment with the painting, again, that's not the one with the slabs below it, you're going to take the bottom and top rows of oak planks on this particular segment of the wall and place oak trapdoors open up against them. You, in addition, off of the stripped jungle pillar, like in the center of the room, you're placing oak trapdoors off each side of the top block. From the top block, you'll count down by 3 and place an oak trapdoor off the front and left of that stripped jungle. Off the other 2 sides, we can place oak stairs just facing away like so. We'll worry more about that later, but might as well use all the blocks we have. So I think you can clear inventory, yeah. And get out from this point. Polished blackstone buttons. Oak buttons. Oak pressure plates. Oak slabs. It's all oak. It's always all oak. I can't take blackstone slabs. Structure voids. Yippee! I don't know why I'm yippieing that. Brown banners. Glow item frames. And mud brick walls. That's the thing I'm like, we need to get these. And I just keep forgetting to get these. Off either oak stair, you're just going to bring them to whatever they are looking towards with oak slabs until they connect into said thing. Off of the top, not the top strip jungle, but one down, where the oak stairs are positioned, you want to place glow item frames just off the strip jungle. On the left side here between the eyesore pillar and the floating one, you want to take the oak stair and the first oak slab here and extend them each down with 2 structure voids. So you should have a 2x2. Off of the other side, you'll take this oak slab and extend it down with 3 structure voids. And then off the opposite side, which is like the main side of the room, you're going to place brown banners off each structure void. You should be able to figure out where they're placed. It's kind of annoying because they're invisible, but if you want to use barriers for that reason, you can. I just do like you not running into something when you're like 2 feet away from them, so that's why I didn't go with them. On the right side, well, actually, before we do that, on the tables, the one with the oak trapdoor, if you're looking at like the entrance there to just get out of here, you want to place an oak button to the left of the trapdoor and a polished blackstone button behind. On each of the other opposite on oak stairs, the other table included, you'll place oak pressure plates, just to give it a little bit of texture or something like that. I don't know. I think it's to make it taller, but I genuinely forget why I did it. What else can we do? There was definitely something else. Oh, yeah. Above the light, where the doorway is, you want to take this first row of oak planks and place a row of opposite-on blackstone slabs off of it. Extend it up with a regular row of blackstone slabs. Anything else? I swear there was something else. Oh yeah, the mud brick walls that I keep forgetting. So, on the left and right, the pillar of strip jungle that we used earlier to make this kind of archway on this side, you just want to place mud brick walls off the one on either side, the left and right. Like so. In the doorway to just leave here, this 4x4, you're placing mud brick walls at the top left and right. Connect the top ones and bottom ones together with structure voids to, again, give you the little bit more shape. The little bit more shape. That's a sentence. Totally. Fact check, too. You should be able to clear your inventory from this point. I don't think there's anything else we truly need, other than the one thing we need to do still, but it has nothing to do with what we have right now. You want to get out the following. Nether brick fence. Oak fence gates. Stripped oak logs, and a torch. So if you're standing where I am, you want to turn to your left, and you're going to be between the painting and the sticky outy pillar. I can't insult it again. And you want to be out of the middle too. You want to be closer to the painting. Off the floor, you'll place a nether brick fence. Above it, you want an oak fence gate open into the wall, and then above that, you want a torch. You can just kind of like essentially go up to the wall, and if you're standing where I'm standing, where you're like in the fence gate, you can actually break the stripped oak wood in the wall. And then I'm gonna just head around to do this instead because it's easier, but if you crouch place off the oak fence gate, you can place a stripped oak log facing outwards. And yeah, that is the what is the official name? I don't remember the official name. It's a little like clock where you punch in and punch out if you're working somewhere, and obviously you would be working somewhere here, so that's what they're for, but I feel like there's an official name that I'm missing. It just isn't clicking. We should be able to get, I hope, both hallways done, or both the like closet and the hallway done, at least to the point to where we have the Easter egg beyond it. And the Easter egg will probably take its own part, I'm not gonna lie. You want to start by getting out chiseled bookshelves, stripped oak wood, oak planks, oak stairs, oak slabs, beehives, paintings, mud brick walls, and we can go with structure voids. That works. And that'll get us to exactly where the like boarded up area is in that wall. So if you head into the door where the little closet is, you want to make sure the chisel bookshelf both left and right of the oak doors are again facing just like into the wall. So I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna crouch place it off of the door like so. Technically you can go off the wall like that, but whatever. You'll take the second one out from there and extend these on either side back with 3 chiseled bookshelves, and then connect them together from there, which will give you a little 2x3. Fill the floor with oak planks. Extend each chiseled bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood. Fill in the ceiling a block above that with beehives all facing the same direction they have been, which should be towards the door here, or away from the door, one of the two. And then at the left and right, you're going to place oak stairs going floor to ceiling at this back row that are just kind of facing towards the center, with oak slabs between them. That's the closet. Like that's literally everything in the closet. Nice. Now we can leave the closet and we can head to the opening here. And if you take the... If you're looking at it, you take the left strip jungle wood. You're going to extend this, we'll say back, with 4 chiseled bookshelves and then a stripped jungle wood, which we don't have. That's really cool. You can get rid of the oak slabs, I'll say, and get out stripped jungle wood. And place an upward facing stripped jungle wood there, in case you forgot the original point of getting that. Beyond that, you'll place 4 oak planks in the floor and then a stripped jungle wood behind that facing up that is up a block. Going right from that, or kind of towards the ink over there, you want to place 5 chiseled bookshelves. And from that end one, you'll head back towards the original area with 4 oak planks that are up, not in the floor. Strip jungle wood facing up, and then 4 chiseled bookshelves. Fill in the floor with oak planks, as one would. And then extend each chiseled bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood, along with each stripped jungle wood up with 3 stripped jungle wood. I'll just go with those 2 for now. Nice. The oak planks on this wall can also be brought up by 3. On the back wall, you want to take out of the middle 2 rows of this, you take the left row of the stripped oak and place a 1x2 painting off of it. You want to take, there should be 3 stripped jungle pillars here, and you want to extend each of them up by 1. You'll connect them together from there with sideways stripped jungle wood, which really only has to be this kind of L shape. You don't need to connect them over the walls. And from this point, you're placing beehives not facing in the same way. These face towards the entrance of the hallway or away from it. It doesn't matter which one. Just instead of facing front to back on the build, it faces left to right. These are just a little bit special, I guess. The doorway here on the left, you're placing mud brick walls on kind of all sides of it, except for the bottom, and then you're placing structure voids at the bottom and top from there. Nice. You can put your structure voids back in your inventory, so we'll have them again for later, and get out oak slabs. And I'm going to put these stairs and slabs next to each other, because I think it's going to be nice to lay out legitimately nothing else other than the staircase. So... yeah, trust the process, or don't, it's up to you. From the oak planks, you want to head to the other side of this doorway and take the end oak planks and extend them back with oak stairs facing in with oak slabs between them. Extend that whole row down with 4 rows of stripped oak wood. You'll then take the row of oak stairs and slabs and extend them down diagonally back by what should be 4, so it ends up in line with the bottom row of the stripped oak. Won't connect to it or anything, but yeah, these are so annoying to place. I hate this so much. Like, let me place my blocks, please. There we go. Temper tantrum resolved. Off of the bottom oak stairs, you'll place chiseled bookshelves facing out with... For now, we're just going to go, what is it, 4? I have to sneeze. 4 stripped oak wood above it. I'm sorry, I just peeked the mic. I saw it went red on OBS. I'm so sorry. At least I warned you. You'll then take each stripped oak wood and chiseled bookshelf and extend them essentially back to the opening with stripped oak wood until you fill in everything. I know, I always try to warn whenever I sneeze because I'm like, I know it's going to be loud and probably scare somebody because they're not expecting it. And, you know, I would rather inform you guys that I'm about to practically yell and, you know. You can send these little chiseled bookshelves here left by 3. And then place a stripped jungle wood facing up at the end. Extend the stripped jungle woods up by 3 and then the chiseled bookshelves up with 3 stripped oak wood. It should be lower than the other walls. A block above these walls and in, you're going to place beehives kind of again up diagonally in, and it's just going to be 2 little rows of 4 like so. You'll connect them at either end to give a 2x2 gap in the center, and wherever you have the little notches of the beehive, you will want to just flip them so they're facing the entire opposite direction. You don't want to change up the pattern too much, although you do notice, like, you can see the line is different. It's annoying, but whatever. I think it is still symmetrical, but it is definitely different. So, from this point, you can take the backmost row and extend it just across with opposite on oak slabs, along with the other row that doesn't connect to it, essentially. So it's just like every other row. We'll worry more about this later. I guess the only other thing I would say to do is fill in the floor with oak planks. That's going to go a block below, down on this like lower level, and it'll just end at the stripped jungle wood. And yeah, that sets us up pretty nicely for next part. You're not going to enjoy it. Well, actually, this part isn't too bad. It is annoying, but there's definitely worse. I don't think it'll actually take a whole part. I think it's going to be this, and then we'll hopefully get a lot of the hallway, like, going that way done. Maybe if we can get, like, to the Boris and, like, the room where you need all the relics or whatever. If we can get there, that would be good. Before we end, there's one other thing that I kind of forgot. In this corner, there's a Bendy cutout, so if we just, like, leave... I don't know where I think the closest one would be in the ink machine room. Just, like, tucked away in the corner here behind the chest, so you can just grab it. And again, if you need the patterns, there they are. And if you head over here, kind of next to this painting, you'll count right by 2 and just place a banner in the corner facing diagonally out. Cool. But anyway, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Baldi's Basics chapter... Where the hell did that come from? They both start with B. Sorry, I'm not there yet. That is Bendy and the Ink Machine chapter 1, part 6 complete. I started saying it when I was saying it. I was like, I knew it was wrong. That was... whatever. Thank you guys for watching this. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I just can't say it slow. I try, but it just doesn't happen. My brain is like, nah, you can't do that. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night. What an outro. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.